Won't you take me by the hand? Won't you let me know what's up in your head? And I know, oh, it might not be the right time for you and me. And that's okay, as long as you're happy. Yeah, that's okay, as long as you're happy. Won't you let me know what's real? Won't you tell me just for once how you feel? And I know, oh, it might not be the right time for you and me. And that's okay, as long as you're happy. Yeah, that's okay, as long as you're happy. Won't you take me by the hand? Won't you let me know what's up in your head? And I know, oh, it might not be the right time for you and me. And that's okay, as long as you're happy. Yeah, that's okay, if you wanna be without me.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome, welcome, welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Welcome, welcome. Whew. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe.
Always
morning
better
show.
late than never. Good morning, kind of. Brunch, it's still morning.
Little late on the brunch time because we had a gig last night. We had to do certain things to get ready for this morning. So we're a little late, but we're here. Better late than never, as they say.
Here. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I got to tell you, last night that event had a lot of people, and did I say a lot of people?
I tell you, we've done a lot. It's only Wednesday.
And once again, it surprises me that the host of that event we've known for 8 years.
We got to bring him in. I don't remember why we haven't seen him in a long. I think probably COVID is what happened, which is why we haven't seen him in a long time. That's bad on our end, is all I can tell you.
What was it called? The Beast?
Networking Beast.
Networking Beast. Him and his lady, who we've seen now back to back. She says, "Are you following me around?" I says, "I don't even know who you are," which I did.
We saw her at the party on Saturday night and then last night, and then she invited me to a great women, because today is, yes, International Women's Day. So that is today. Woo! It's all about equality and empowering women for equity.
Yes, and that would be Josh. Do not write to me.
So she invited me to an event tonight. I got to tell you, everyone is out and about and networking and doing what they do best.
Well, it was really nice to see. And what we did was we took Nicole and Josh with us last night because I wanted them to get a feel for what we do.
Right.
And Much to my surprise, they were working one side of the room, we were on the other side of the room. So we went to the other side of the room and we spoke to people, and she says, "You're the guy with the hat." So apparently Josh handed out my cards
With your hat.
with the hat. They don't know me. You're the guy with the hat.
On Don's card, it has a hat too.
Ah, that's true. I have my fedora on
But
that
they
card.
say guy with a hat.
Guy with
They
the hat,
say-
yeah, yeah.
They don't
True.
say Dawn, the girl with the hat.
Truth.
They don't do that. So we already got emails this morning, and I was wondering how did they know my name, and I didn't know theirs, and they were calling me Federico, and I gave it away because that's what's on my card.
So maybe we should change your name on your card to Freddie.
No,
Next
it's
time
fine,
go
it's
around.
fine. But they told me it was Josh and Nikki. I said, Nikki? Nicole. But it's so loud in this place, you couldn't hear people talking. I get every other word.
Josh, how'd you like last night?
Honestly, after the first two people, it was kind of like a waterfall. It just kept going, and it kept flowing and kept going.
Is it hard to get started when you're networking?
Yeah, literally the first two people I went up to was like, "Yo, I don't know what to do, but yeah, I work with this company and blah 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 and blah blah blah."
Is that how you started?
Yeah, I told them this is I was honest with them. I told them it was my first time networking and everything. I didn't know what to do, so. But
They were nice?
They were all compassionate, very nice, and letting me just talk and ramble and do my thing.
What's nice about that group, it's a lot of young people. The
It is.
marketing guy from when we were up at the other studio, he was there, and his wife wasn't there, but you don't know who it is. Anyway, he was at the table, and we checked out. So not to give any things away. But we knew a lot of people from years ago that we haven't seen since pre-COVID days.
Since a long time ago. Then I met a new guy named Frank.
No,
who
we
does
met
the
Frank
power
2 weeks
washing.
ago.
Yeah, but I met him 2 weeks ago. And Frank is the perfect actor, has the perfect look of The Sopranos.
I need my house power wash. Should I call him?
Absolutely. You want to get your house power washed? He's the man to
My
call.
roof, I mean my pavers and my roof.
Yeah,
I know, your cards have cards. They're going to go in the card. These are nice cards, aren't they?
they are very nice.
Are all those your cards? Or
No, these are the ones that
These
we
are-
got last night.
That's nice.
What?
Platinum Property Solutions.
Wait, what kind of party was this? Was it a networking party, literally?
Yes,
There's literally a
and we
networking event.
invited you and everybody else to come from the studio. They were excited to see us because
Look at her. She's like, we didn't invite you.
yeah, and
she
Nicole
wasn't
told
here
me
yesterday.
Nicole told me the same thing, and I said to Nicole, I put it on WhatsApp.
You
So if
did?
you didn't read, yes, if you didn't read it, yeah, I did.
I didn't see it on WhatsApp.
I put it on
was going
WhatsApp.
to.
I circled the date for Tuesday at Meatball Room. Now, the funny thing about this is that I know the owner of Meatball Room for over 8 years because I did a show called Eating Critique, and I used to see him every other week. And he says, Freddie, that's right. We were at iHeart, weren't we? I says, we were at iHeart, we were at Beastie, we were all over the place. He said, wow, this is unbelievable. And we never did anything together, so now he wants to come in and do stuff as
So
well.
you reviewed like food stuff? Like
He-
restaurants?
Meatball Room is a restaurant.
Mhm.
And I used to have an Eating Critique show. They used to visit different restaurants, like the owner of, which is the one that opened up at Miami Stadium, the BurgerFi. The very first BurgerFi, the owner was in studio. And he had made an announcement that he was going to make 256 franchises and sell them. But the very first one, he did not launch it until he was at Miami Stadium.
Tell him his burgers are good, but they're a little too pricey.
They're
Well, he doesn't own them
overexpensive.
anymore. He franchised them all out. And he went from 256 to 400.
I think his gain is high. The gain's high. Here's static.
And so he started this whole restaurant stuff. So Meatball Room was one of them.
You should ask them to sponsor us and give us free lunch once a week.
Well, I don't.
Is it a restaurant or is it more of a bar?
It's a little bit of both. It's like you can have. He laid out.
Does that sound good to you?
Yeah. The gains are hot. They just gotta turn them down a notch.
Yeah, Josh, turn them down.
The Meatball Room. He put out 250 meatballs and they left in 3 minutes.
He said there were people piled high.
Some meatballs are good meatballs. Some meatballs are bad, but if they're good, like you can eat a lot of them.
By the time we got there, I wasn't sure we had any meatballs.
That was the plainest meatball he makes. He has meatballs the size of your head, and inside they have all sorts of cities and stuff going on.
That's when I remember the meatball room. It used to be up on Yamato.
Yes, and he was.
Like that
He used to
big.
do this giveaway on Thursday. It was girls' night at the place over. I go to 2J still there because of him, and he used to have little specks, little diamond specks, about $500 a spec, and he used to give them away.
Really?
Diamond specs.
Little diamonds that you put on your rings and stuff like. He used to give them away on Thursday night. I remember that event, and the radio station was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And then he had this guy that I met. That was the end of the meatball room because this guy that I met was. He's no longer even in the business. And he said to me, "I should have listened to you last night." I said, "Don't worry about that. We just go from now."
So the meatball were removed, and it's on
happened?
Federal Highway.
He moved from there because all he was getting was traffic from the big. I live in Beaucaire, so what is that called?
Woodfield, the country
Woodfield,
clubs.
The country club, and he didn't want just the country club. He wanted, like he's getting now. He's getting all this traffic, and he's by Crazy Uncle Mike's, and so he had to change his recipe. So it's more of a have a beer, have a cocktail, and finger foods or little snacks and stuff like that. So he had to change his concept a little bit, but still very nice. It was very nice. A lot of people we knew, a lot of people that
It was packed.
remember us. Yeah, a lot of people that we've interviewed again. It was nice to come home it's been a while. Now, I never did these events. True?
Because you were always working at night.
I couldn't do them because I didn't have the opportunity. I didn't have a crew. I was a one-man show. But it was nice to go in there and say, "Hey!" Lady tells me at the bar, her name is Nicole, and she says, "I can't believe that I'm talking to you." So how are you, Nicole? I says, "Yeah, I do talk." And she says, "No, you don't understand. I saw you this morning, and I saw an advertisement. Who did the advertisement about get your podcast on?"
Joshua.
Came out yesterday. Was that Josh?
Yeah, but we only played it on.
It doesn't matter. She
Somebody
saw
saw it.
Oh,
And she
A
said
couple
to
people
me,
saw it and told Freddie.
she saw it, and she said to me, she woke up saying, "I need to put my voice down." And I said, "Well, you know, tomorrow is." She says, "I know. I want to come see you. I want to do this." And it was really nice.
Wow.
Talking about Nicole.
Look who's here. Nikki's in the
Nikki.
house.
Talking about her, and then she talked to the guy next to her. I talked to him. Talked to the lady next to her, and it just went around the bar. And I just went to get a glass of water.
You never. I said, "Can you get a glass of water?" You never came back. So this woman says to me, "He can't be your partner because you didn't know where he was." I'm like, "What?"
Meet
Okay.
Ramana.
I have to ring a bell for you.
Good morning to you. Nice job,
You
Nikki.
did a nice job yesterday, Nikki.
Go on the other side.
Just get over there.
Alright.
Or walk that way. That's okay
You can
too.
walk in front of every
Yeah,
camera.
there you go. I waved, so it counts.
Take a mic. So last night I was paying you a compliment that everybody called you Nikki. And they said, "Yeah, I spoke to Nikki, and you guys worked that
Oh,
side of the
really?
room very nicely."
Oh, nice.
And everybody was asking where you guys went, so they left. They have things to do as
Yeah.
students and what have you. No, we wanted to talk to them. Apparently they found you guys very entertaining.
Really?
How was it? Did you
I
have
don't know
fun?
what Josh was saying.
Well, there was this one guy. We were talking for a little bit, and then the conversation was over. And you know how you end a conversation, you end it with a handshake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go out with like a normal handshake, and he does a fist bump thing. He changed it to a handshake, I change it to a fist bump, and we go back and forth. And I'm like, "I'm so sorry, I'm not good at this stuff."
I would have been like, so
No, but you were really going off because he
I
gave
saw
an
it.
entire like
I saw it and I
spiel
heard.
about it.
He didn't realize it, but I was standing not
no.
2 feet
You
from
were
him.
not. You
He
were on the
didn't
other
re-
side of the room.
I went and I saw him because I was worried that you guys weren't. Remember, you were sitting at the table,
Yeah.
right? And I said, I gave you a ticket if you wanted one. You remember
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
So I sort of slid around, and Josh is going.
Yeah.
I mean, he was going. And I'm like, I'm going to stand back. The
Nice.
man is working the room. It was very nice, Josh. Nice job. And she did a nice job, too. As a matter of fact, the lady from the publishing house is the one that told me about Nikki.
Ah.
She was short, teal. Yeah, she was super nice.
Impressive. They
They
came
were-
over and they said, "We met your producers, and I'm glad you got me a seat." I was sitting at that table talking to that nice couple that we met, and everyone just kept coming over and giving us their cards and their cards. And
They were bringing him to us, which I
was
sort
like,
of love.
wow.
But we sort of found a niche because you saw how crowded it got.
that was packed.
So we were away by the singing, by the stage.
Yeah.
And that was the best seat in the house. And
That
I
was a
wasn't
nice
giving
seat.
that bad
Thank you.
boy up.
I appreciate that.
And then they came over to us, and Frank, I asked him if he wanted to be in the movie the kids are making. Now he turned The Sopranos down because they wanted him
No,
to
Mrs. Maisel.
stand. No, he turned that one down
Okay.
too, but The Sopranos because they wanted him to stand in the back behind the lead actors. And he says he would only do it if he was in the front. But in the front was Sopranos, mob. So he had to sit in the back as an extra, and he turned it down.
like Mrs. Maisel on Prime Video, like the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
That
He
show's
turned that
amazing,
down.
though.
Yeah.
He turned that down.
What?
They wanted him to like behind the first actor, and he wanted to be at some whatever behind the whatever actor. I guess it's a whole thing on where you stand.
You get paid on where you stand. So the further back you are from the stars, the less money you make. He said, nah, I'm done.
I love the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel though. I feel like it's a good chance to go to New York and like I don't know, just hang around.
I told him I would have done it for free. He
Right?
says, no,
It's
Freddie,
like-
you don't understand the business. He tells me, no, I do understand the business, but I would have done it for free. Because that movie is amazing. Things are amazing. It's like, Josh, if they tell you you're going to play for the Philadelphia Eagles one game, would you turn it down?
I'd be the water boy for that.
I would be the guy that holds your water for you. I mean, it's just amazing to be able to have that kind of opportunity.
Yeah, if I would have been able to go to Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I'd been like, yes, I want to go to New York because extras still get paid a lot of money. You just sit there. You are sitting there for like 18 hours, like, but still, like, it's amazing.
The experience, you soak it up. The experience, you soak it up. It all comes to you. And you learn how to talk to people. You learn how to do things a certain way. And last night was a good experience for them. I'm very happy.
Did you have fun?
I think so. Yeah, at first I was like, oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna work. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I was like, why don't we just go to a corner and just hang out there? But then eventually, you know, we just started moving around. And then we met up with Lynn at one point. And for like the rest of the night, we just stood there like by this booth. And people just came to us.
Well, I want to.
Really?
I want to
Yeah.
identify. We're going to be doing plenty of this. There's plenty of them. He does like 10, 20 a month, and we're not going to go to all of them. But I like to be able to go, maybe identify a shirt or something, because they do put that little sticker thing on there, and then they're supposed to put what the name of the company underneath. But because the lights are so dim, you're sort of squinting, and I'm looking at women's chests, and it just doesn't
Doesn't
out
work
too
for
well.
you?
It's like,
Talking about the stickers, I was just standing there and I noticed a sticker on my shoulder.
Or was yours?
Warren's, like, a guy named Warren's
He put
sticker
it
was
on.
on my
He probably
shoulder.
went like this to you.
I have no
They
idea.
do that at that all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Did you have your sticker in front?
I didn't have a sticker.
You had to register.
I don't think they registered. I think they just walked in.
I
Josh
just walked
had a
in.
sticker.
they should get
He walked over there and got himself. I just walked in.
Josh was all on point. I was really impressed. I got to tell you, for the first time now, I wanted to bring all of our, but they were away. But if everybody's here, I'm going to say, okay, you got to go. We got to go to this thing. I don't care if you stay just 20 minutes. You got to go to learn, to experience what's going on. And we got some nice opportunities coming our way because of this.
Yep, and to network. It's not easy. Networking is not an easy thing. There's the art to networking. You kind of have to be in the right mindset to do it, the right frame of mind. All of those things come into play, right?
I was stuttering a lot.
It's okay, you learn. But you learned.
Yeah.
And you're better at it today than you were yesterday
Yeah.
because you went through it. Now, Joe from Coffee News met us at the door.
Yeah, did he go in?
Yeah, I registered
Okay.
him and everything. He says, wow, this place is unbelievable. And I started to introduce him to some people and I let him go. I said, okay, go mingle. Let him know about the Coffee News. And everybody I introduce him says, yeah, I watched their show. They talk about this Coffee News. Is that you? How do I get more information? I loved it. Loved it. Now, you got to be a closer. Ain't going to say it no more. You got to do what you got to do to get it done. That's the difference. So, and then Lynn was walking the room as well. There are a lot of publishers in the house. A lot of real estate people in
A
the
lot
house.
of real estate, a lot of mortgages.
A lot of mortgage people in the house, and financial business people in the house. There was one financial female that I met in the whole group. There was one female. And I said, do you know you're the only female financial lady in here?
I met a diamond broker. I
She
know.
collateralizes diamonds.
It's pretty
for
cool,
a
right?
living.
And then there was another woman who walked in. We both looked at each other, and I said, where do I know you? You look so familiar. And then she saw our card. She goes, oh, I was in your studio. She came in with Sophia, who brought in the wine, and she met Paula with the clothing. She's a high-end luxury travel agent. So we'll bring her in one day also.
That's
so
cool.
a lot of good stuff.
Now we got the green screen, so we got travel.
I kind of said that. I said, we can put you anywhere. Imagine put someone in a diamond mine. That'd be kind of cool. Josh, we like open up a diamond mine too?
Oh, diamond mines?
They're not cool?
Like real, like the way diamonds are, most of them are like kind of harvested, just like it's a lot of hard people like working really hard. Like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
not as cool as
In
you think.
Africa, yes.
It's
It's
bad,
in the
like,
bush.
it's
I
in-
knew a gentleman, may he rest in peace, who used to do that. And he got yellow fever more than once. Because, you know, you have to take the shots to go. This is going back in the day. And the diamonds are in the bush. The Night of the Mind. It's a whole different.
It's
animal.
different than emerald
Oh,
mining.
it is. It's
Yeah, 'cause they're in the
they've made
dirt, too.
movies.
Good morning. Skateboard
King.
came in before the person.
Yeah, I dropped my car in the shop. So
You skateboarded here?
Are you still staying late?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, for Sarah? Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
How far?
All sweaty.
How far did you go?
It's like it's on. It's
Put that down and grab my
We
mic. 'cause
could
I
have
wanna,
picked
I
you
wanna
up,
talk
my
to you
or.
about something.
Someone would have
I
given
would've
you a
got
ride.
Yeah.
That
it's-
is
it's-
dedication.
It's on Southwest 10th. No, wait, what? No, that's where I live.
That's
It's
why I
on.
passed by there.
It's on Spanish Hop, so it's not that far.
A lot of people would have gotten you, and I wanted to talk to you because apparently a lot of people heard you sing
What?
yesterday, and you would have talked. They were like, "Who's that kid that sang on your show today?" I go, "Mayor."
You can sing?
Oh my God.
You sang
Oh my God. He sang. I don't know if it's the song he picked, but that was pretty freaking good. Unless Josh did a sound effect, that was really good.
Josh was running between here and there. You had Trippy running sound. We never got to Trippy
We didn't have a
singing.
lot of hands yesterday, but yesterday you sang, and he says it's a sad song. You sang the perfect song. My jaw dropped and hit the ground.
When was this?
Yesterday
Yesterday.
on the midday show.
I didn't think it was gonna spread that far. I was like, I'm just gonna sing.
He's opening up today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't
so
we
true.
have that? I love it. You're the Braxton replacement.
So what happens when Josh goes out
but
networking?
you are good at it. And your ears must have been ringing. So we need to figure something out because I know you were working last night.
Thank you.
So I wasn't going to interfere with the fact that you were working. But this networking deal last night had your name all over it. So there's a guy named Frank, Power Wash Frank. This
Frank.
guy. He looks like The Sopranos.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he was friends with the cast. He would love to be in the movie. And when you see this guy, you're going to go, wow, this guy could be the bad guy in the movie, if there's a bad guy. Perfect.
Say good
perfect.
morning to Frank, by the way. Frank Ruffolo.
You know, Frank, we invited you to come last night, too. Didn't we invite Frank?
I don't know. I think we invited everyone.
We told everybody. So you're going to come with us to the next one because there were all sorts of publishers, all sorts of people there. There was a gentleman, Frank, that I want you to meet. He wants to bring movies back to Florida.
Oh yeah. Did you get his card?
No.
I didn't either.
Almost was Hollywood because of like all like the land they had. Like Florida was almost like the big movies place.
It was because of the weather. But the bottom line is that they took away all the incentives and they gave it to Georgia. And because of Rick Scott, depends on what story you want to believe, did a deal for himself and poof. But this guy was really angry. Oof, he scared me a little bit.
I couldn't hear across the table. They were literally on that side of the table, and I could not hear anything that
He
was
was
going
angry because he wants to bring it back, but he wants to do it through the unions. You know, this is a non-union state.
on.
And
Makes it a little
DeSantis
different.
is never gonna let that happen. DeSantis ain't.
DeSantis.
But I heard his screaming, and if you guys saw the news in France this morning, in Paris, about they've increased the when you can retire age to 64.
Oh, there was protests. I remember.
My God, the protests go by. Why is it if you protest, you gotta sort of burn somebody's car? That makes no sense.
No, they just do it for the drama.
But why?
People don't listen. You see the. I know we don't do politics
It's also
here.
to make a. It's also to make sometimes a statement to be like, because a lot of people in like Paris, France, like people in Europe, they have like kind of better lives like overall when it comes to like healthcare and all other stuff and how they live like their work lives. But now they're like that's getting taken away from that. They work longer.
Well, they
and stuff.
retire at 60, so they increase it to 64. It's the retirement age. He was 65. But what I don't understand, if you're in charge and I burn somebody's car, I burn Mayor's car, I don't even know him, how is that going to affect our negotiations to change it back to 60? It ain't going to happen. It's just going to make it worse.
I think
it's just the anger built up inside that one person. It's just his way of releasing it.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I have a problem with
I
this
don't know.
that, or
approach
sometimes
doesn't
people
work.
just take advantage of the everything, and they're just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go burn a car."
So,
So
the,
sometimes
so
it's
the
not
Eagles win
directly.
the Super Bowl or
That's
the
the-
Jets or whatever, and they burn the city down. What the hell is that?
Because Philly's just a different breed.
like.
New York is the same thing. They have to call out the Army reserves when the Giants won, but they didn't burn the city down.
Daniel Jones, a 4-year contract, $160
That
million.
doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense. Did he sign that? Or was
Yeah.
it offered?
No,
Make-
they signed it,
It makes no sense.
and then they franchise tagged Saquon.
It makes no sense. You see what they did to Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson,
Makes no-
undisclosed
no.
franchise.
They said whoever wants him taken, we just two number one picks for him.
Yeah.
What?
We don't want sports.
Of
Had
course.
to change things up.
Okay, I was like,
They
It's just-
changed it
who are
up.
these
It's
people?
just the way things are happening right now. It's just
Really
crazy.
well, did you see Rick Scott's trying to put, and I have to say this because it's International Women's Day, to change the abortion ruling in Florida to 6 weeks,
Yes, before most women even
From
know they're
13?
pregnant.
from 15 to 6.
That doesn't make any sense.
Which
know
pretty
they're
much
pregnant
means
then.
they're going, he wants to get
Yeah.
rid of abortion in the
Completely.
state
But
of
did you
Florida.
see what happened in Texas? The 5 women came forward and they are suing the
Thank
right
God.
because it almost killed that 5 women.
I mean, how can you take away, here we are trying to get our rights back and they're taking away our right to our
Completely.
bodies. Whatever you believe, you should have the right to do what you feel is right for
Well,
your
it's
body.
about
I
heating
feel
up.
like, yeah, I feel like the best thing is if you don't like abortion or believe in it, don't
Then you don't have to
it.
do it,
Don't
correct.
have it. You can believe that in yourself. If you are a moral woman in that way, don't have it. But you can't dictate what other people are doing so badly because you don't want it to happen. Like women are dying, women are being close to dying because doctors have to be like the women have to be sick enough to justify for them to complete care. So that's risk of the doctor, that's risk of the mother itself.
Well, it doesn't make any sense when you get men making decisions on women's bodies. I'm sorry.
It's
that
just
makes
unbelievable
absolutely no
what
sense.
they're trying to take.
But
in
I got
doing
good
this.
news.
Yeah.
The Miami Marlins now, the GM and the president
Are women?
are women. And they're celebrating today. The Miami Marlins are doing something for the community. You gotta look it up to see what it is, but they were all over the news. First duo team,
Nice.
women, to run a major league franchise.
And also the women's soccer team, like the national one, they're getting paid more equally to the men now.
Well, that
Wow.
is-
Yeah, because they finally made a deal. It's like we win more games. They're like this makes absolutely no
And they're a
sense.
bigger draw.
We're like we win more games. Why aren't we getting paid the same? But they're
That's
getting
true.
paid equally now.
That's true.
Interesting.
And also, the Kobe Bryant was his jersey was
No?
Pau Gasol.
was Paul Gasol or Kobe Bryant?
Pau Gasol.
Oh, that's right, Paul Gasol.
His number was retired.
And he was friends with Kobe, and his wife came back to the stadium for the first time since 2020, and she played a video that has never been seen. Did you see it? And it's Kobe saying, "I would be the one thing in my life that I would love to see is Gasol's jersey hanging next to mine in the rafters."
Wow.
Wow! I mean, it was him talking and
Wow.
saying this thing, and Gasol, he broke down and he cried, and it was an amazing moment. I gotta tell you, sports yesterday was super packed, man. Because the World Baseball
You were
Classic.
home early. Imagine we did all the shows, we recorded, we went networking, and you were home before you normally get
didn't
home.
know what to do with myself.
What do you do with yourself now that
I
you're
watched the
nice
Mets.
to do
I
things?
see the Mets get tied, a ninth inning 3-run homer. I get upset about that. The Knicks are up by 21 and they lose. I said, stop watching this. God.
Is it weird for you to be home by 8 o'clock at night now?
It was, and I'm waiting for 11 to roll around
Did you see who the Rangers got from
for
Chicago?
Chicago.
Wow.
And it's messed up the chemistry of the team.
No, he's one of the greatest
He's
in
one of
the
the
past
greatest.
decade.
But they've lost 6 out of 8 with him there.
Oh,
How do
well,
points
never
in
mind.
baseball work? Like every person goes home with 1 point.
There are 4 bases, and every time you score a run is 1, and the one that scores the most runs in 9 innings wins. But now they have a pitch clock. So I'm the pitcher, and you're the batter. As soon as I get the ball, if there's nobody on base, it goes 15 seconds to deliver a pitch. You have to be in there
Oh, you talked about it. How like they're being people are getting mad. Like this is enough time.
because
'Cause
they're not used to
like,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last thing with the sports world.
Sports.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, don't start me.
What
did he do?
He
Don't start me.
landed at an airport
In California.
in California, and New York Jet officials, the GM, the owner, the head coach, and the offensive coordinator were there to greet him.
Yes.
That's how bad New York Jets won.
Oh, no,
Aaron
no, you don't
Rodgers.
know the extent of it. My son called me at 6 o'clock in the morning. They have an Aaron watch going on.
Is he
in
actually
Jetville.
like leaving Green Bay?
He's leaving.
Uh,
He's leaving or he's retiring.
No, he's
one or the
probably
other.
retiring.
Well,
He's
but
Yeah.
what they did was they are willing to make him part of the Jet franchise. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Why?
Because when they did this for Brett Favre had a lousy first year. The second year he took him to the playoffs, and then he retired. This is a 2-year hit, unless he goes to 3. And the money is like $60 million a year. For what? Aaron is good. He ain't that good.
No, you need a franchise quarterback in
For
New
2
York.
years, you
No,
build a
no,
franchise.
That's what I'm
quarterback.
saying. You need someone young. I'd rather draft a quarterback instead of getting Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I would go for Lamar Jackson. Freddie tells me that ain't never happening. I said, but this is happening? So they went out, they flew, and they closed the airport down where Aaron Rodgers landed. There's nobody around for him and his family, and they had him shuttled to the terminal. The jet organization, he owns Hess Oil.
And this is all for football.
All for one guy.
All for
One
one
guy.
guy.
One guy. That
How many
that-
years?
that
Insane.
throws
How
a
many years has he
football.
left? Isn't he like 38 at
He's
this
38.
point?
That's even more
39.
than Brady, right?
39.
I
It's
mean,
it's like Brady. You get
no, I mean what they do for what they did for Brady.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah,
same
but
type
Tampa-
of pomp and circumstance.
They did, but he brought a championship to Tampa. Brady's a proven winner. Aaron did win what? 2 Super Bowls, I think?
One.
One.
You think it's because of the team or because of him as a
Because the
quarterback?
No,
Jets
it's-
made a bad move.
Um,
They brought in the kid from college, a soft schedule, COVID schedule, and they thought this guy was the next coming of Aaron Rodgers. The kid stinks. And I
Wait, this
was
is the
having these
Jets?
arguments with people, don't draft this kid. You know who I wanted was a kid that went to Chicago.
It's not bad,
He's not good.
but
In this league, we measure of how good you are, not how bad you are.
all the older generation QBs are almost all done. Drew Brees is done. Peyton Manning's done. Tom Brady's done.
Yeah,
The
but you
last,
got the new ones now.
I know,
I
but the
thought
last
Tom Brady
one
came
left
back.
is
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers. So that's why the Jets want him so bad, because he has this veteran. Yeah, I mean, he's the last. He's the last of the group.
It's money. My son is already ordering an Aaron Rodgers football jersey, $226.
Which son?
Freddie.
Really?
He says, Dad, do you want one? Of course I want one.
You want
Says,
one?
Of course I want
You
one.
like
You're
him
a
that
Green Bay
much?
Packers
I don't like him at all.
I didn't. That's,
Oh, I mean,
that's
it's
one
just
thing we
200
just had this whole conversation.
$226 to be exact.
Do you remember we met that guy Saturday night,
He makes them.
and they make
Can we,
all.
can we call him?
He didn't give me his information. I gave him mine though.
I
They
would
said
love
they
to
can
get
take
that.
upwards of $100 wholesale costs to manufacture a jersey, which is why the prices
The
are
way they do
up
it
to
now.
I have.
$800.
I don't know if it's like off-brand, but my dad has one of Drew Brees.
Well, it doesn't
Huge
matter.
Saints
You
fan.
have it. The Grom's jersey now on the men. I don't even know why they still have it on there. It's $30. And in the day, it was $226. Now, my son wakes me up at 6 o'clock in the morning to have this argument about Aaron Rodgers. And I said to him very simply, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl next year. Put your money on it. Because there ain't no better quarterback in the game than Hurst. And they have an offensive line. And you can't be a great player without an offensive line. Sorry, that's just the end of it for
Josh,
me.
ready to go back again?
I think they have the best chance to go back.
Well, they're going back.
It's
But they're
just-
going to win it this time.
We need to work on our defense a little more.
Yeah, but they can draft in the defense. But what I told Freddie was Aaron Rodgers does not put the Jets in the same atmosphere as the Philadelphia Eagles. It just doesn't. Maybe the Bills, because I don't know what's wrong with their quarterback. He's on Cracky Jacks or something. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. That team should be winning. There's no excuse except they lost a little bit of defense, and that's why they lost. But don't call me at 6 in the morning to have this conversation, because I'm going to tell you again, Aaron Rodgers is not the solution. Now, if they order the Super Bowl or something great happens, I'll eat my hat on the morning show.
Are you a big sports person?
Not huge, but I was really into football at one point because I used
What
to
team?
be. It's my Saints, I guess. Saints/Bengals.
Good team.
Yeah, like I said, he loves the Saints.
You ever been to the stadium and watch a game?
I have not. I know my dad was really close to going to a Saints Bucks game in Orlando at one point though.
Josh,
Like-
I want to see you and Nicole do a show together.
Sheesh. Not I would have been able to at one point, but not this time. I've been too busy with everything.
What's the text say?
She does water polo. I have no idea. It's from a 561. It just says, "Hey Josh," and then they called me.
That's probably a spam.
No, they know you.
This is real. I don't
Call on live.
It's
Wanna
funny.
give me call on live?
Why they
Call
say
it.
now?
Let's see who it is.
Now they're talking
What's
about
your
all these
car's
spam
extended
bots.
warranty?
All these spam text bots, bigger than the spam phone calls.
Oh, it's Phil.
Phil.
Oh, Mr.
Mr.
Baseball.
Baseball. Yes. You know, we should have brought
must
Mr.
be
Baseball
listening.
with us. Yes. Oh, we should. So many different opportunities that came up. He would have had a great time there as well.
My dad said baseball players make more than football players. Is that true? Do they make a
Because
lot more
football
money?
players only play 4 years average. a baseball player's average is 11 years.
Oh,
So
that was
you
just like
add it up
what?
that way.
Oh, okay.
Phil, give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio B.
And he has agents.
Put him on phone.
He's an agent to Major League Baseball players. I think 17 years now. I saw my stepdaughter graduate at the Dome with the New Orleans Saints playing.
Really?
It is small.
That's when I first met you.
Yeah, it is small. The field, everything is small. I go to the Meadowlands and I go, wow, I'm lost in this canyon. But there is small.
In New Orleans or
In New Orleans,
Oh.
it's small.
I was so
Never
glad
went
Nicole
there.
showed up yesterday. She walks in, she sees me on board, and she's like, something is
Yeah,
definitely
I was like,
not
where is everybody?
right in
Why
the
is Ton
world."
at board?
You know that people went away for.
Well, Josh was running your 3 o'clock. Mayor was out here setting up, and Trippy and Bailey were sort of doing their thing.
The problem was that there were texts and messages that were coming in, things that we're negotiating, and we had to get information and stuff like that. And then we had people here and people here and people there.
I was so glad you came in.
It was difficult, and Mayor helped out, and thank goodness. And Josh had to run 2 things at the same time because he had Jeff Santos on one hand and music on the other. I didn't know she was gonna sing. Met her.
Yeah, and then she couldn't fit, like, she didn't know what else to talk about. And I was like, yo, please continue. And then it's like, are we singing? No? We're closing? Okay, bye. And I'm like, what?
But you've learned a lot, which was great.
Yeah, yeah.
And next time you drop your car off, call someone. We can pick you up. You don't need to skateboard to work.
That's on my way.
No, like,
We were actually up at Walmart, so we could have grabbed you on the way back down.
but like outside is actually really nice today. I got to. Do you know this entire strip is just like car central?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
All the way up
Yeah.
to Yamato.
Where are you, all the way up in Spanish River?
Yeah, Spanish River, Dixie, and I just skated here. So it
A
was
lot
nice.
of automotive things.
This is all central here, all around us, even in these bays.
You skateboard a lot?
I do. I try to skate in new places so I know little dumb things, so I have ideas where to shoot film.
How
So-
long did it take you?
Like 10, 15 minutes. It's not that far.
Oh.
No, it was only
Yeah.
about a mile, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
If that.
You ever seen a guy on a skateboard, the way he flies and zooms across? It's amazing. 1 foot and they're gone.
And Mayor is tall, so it must have some wind speed.
I was going to tell you, kids are away for recess this week,
Spring
and they're
break?
sending. Well, they're sending pictures. That's what we used to call it, recess.
Oh, we got to put Baxton's piece out also. We got things to upload.
And we want to see the piece on
Your commercial and your new piece that you did for the season. Yes, sir.
I was
No.
gonna say something about Baxter, but I feel like it's kind of rude.
Then
Then
don't
don't
say it.
say it.
No, I was
Not
gonna
the- not the
see how you
mic.
spelled peace?
Yes.
Oh.
He was probably dictating.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. That's the way I spell it.
Peace. Peace out. All right, you ready to wrap this up?
Ready to go.
International Women's Day, we have a special show coming to you on Latin Hustle with Karen today at 11,
Don't
and our
miss this
midday
one.
show. And if you're in the area, come on down. See what we've got cooking over here for International Women's Day. Have a great morning, everyone. Frank, hello. Phil, hello. And everyone else out there, we got you. We'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.